This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast for Monday, January the 9th, 2023. Hope you had a good weekend. We mentioned today is like really the beginning of your New Year's resolutions. Kids are back to school. Everybody's got their Christmas decorations down except Charity.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
So 1st to the 8th is like preseason.
Okay.
Like trying it out.
So today's like the
for real.
kickoff.
Yeah.
It's for real.
For real now.
Now
yeah.
we're doing it for real.
Including dry January. If you really bent one on the weekend, okay. Well, it's okay. You just
We
just
can
start
give you a
again.
pass.
Right. Because it doesn't really start. Everything gets...
Until the kids get back to school and we get back into
Exactly.
My kids were so not excited, which is new because my kids have always, I wouldn't say excited, but they've always been willing to go to school with a smile. Like they never fought against going to school.
Okay.
But there were some frowns yesterday. There was a bit of melancholy in our house.
Is that because they had a great holiday?
I think so. I know Nathan especially is going to kill me because I'm talking about him. I wouldn't say he was stressed out, but clearly he was before the holidays. We all needed that break.
Yeah.
And it became very apparent late last week when I got my kids back. You know what I mean? Like their personalities came back and they were smiling and they weren't arguing like they were before. The stress of the holidays really does hit everybody. You think the kids are just excited, but clearly there's a lot more going on there. So yeah, they had calmed down and refreshed. They were refreshed to go back today.
So you don't think that the spirit of the holiday season all year round that we keep claiming we want has stuck with your children? No, it's gone now.
Oh, it'll come back in a week.
Yeah.
They'll start showing me things and saying, "Hey, Mom, so next year." It's like, oh, okay, here
It's
we go.
not a bad idea. That's okay.
Sometimes.
So when are you going to take your stuff down? Piecemeal?
I was going to say today, but I don't want to set the bar too high. I will start today. Yesterday was the first time I looked around my house and had that feeling of, I need to take that down.
Yeah.
I need to take that down. That needs to go away. My garland especially. It's time.
Wise men have arrived, so
I
now
know. It's time to
over.
say farewell. But it looks so, I think part of it is it just looks so empty when you do. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you first take it down, it's like, okay.
I did remark to Mrs. Philbin she did a great job decorating the house.
Yes, I'm sure she did.
I'll help with a few things, but I never would have thought of that, or putting that there and all that stuff. But then when it's put away, of which I don't mind helping with, and I do, and she cleans it up the way she likes it, boy, the house looks great. Just that looks nice. Like the house is not uncluttered.
Does it feel different? Do you find it just feels
No, not really.
nicer?
No, I wouldn't.
To have it away?
I wouldn't say that because I do like it that it's out. But that feeling of it's kind of cleaned up though, so it's good. It's not empty. It's clean, I guess.
Okay.
So it's nice to get that done. Love the holiday season though, so.
But
all the decorating.
Part of it's because it's not all year. It's one time, and then you put it away and get excited for it to come back out next year.
But we put the tree away, and we agreed that we're going to have to do something about the lights.
Oh, really?
So I think we
Didn't you get a new tree this year?
No. See, here's the thing.
I thought you did.
No, we looked.
Okay.
Here's the problem, is that I just think the new trees look cheaper. I don't like the plasticky feel. Like we have a fake tree.
Do you stand and touch your tree a lot?
Yeah, I do. I don't like the look of it. And there's something about having like a needly tree that looks like that as opposed to something that looks plasticky.
You got to pay pretty big bucks to get
That's what I mean. I don't want that.
Like a truly realistic looking tree. Fake
exactly.
Tree.
So I think we have one. And the fact that the lights don't work or whatever, so we just went out and we bought strands of white lights and we're just going to do that.
Was it
So
pre-lit when you bought it? So it's a pre-lit tree that stopped working.
Yeah.
Parts of it have stopped working.
The lights, the tree itself works all the time without plugging it in. It's always a tree, for which I'm grateful.
But you know how you can get spots?
Yeah.
Like one section will go out, but you have them lit. But you're saying they're all out, or you just didn't plug them in?
Just
Okay, so it is
and,
sections.
And Kath says, well, maybe we should delve in. I'm like, no, for $10, we can buy something, plug it in, and put it up in that section. That solves it
if
for
that's
me.
what you want to do.
That's what we did. That's what she went and bought
And
3
did it look
sets
okay?
at $10. I don't know. She did on Boxing Day.
Oh, so you didn't do it for the holidays.
No,
You bought it after.
Yeah.
So you
'cause
put up with it through the
worked.
holidays.
No, it worked. And then I think a couple of days after Christmas, one of the sections went
okay.
dark before we took it down.
Because I was going to say, that would drive me absolutely
I know
mad
it
through the
would.
holidays
I
to
know.
have and it would you too.
It would,
Don't make it sound it would just be
absolutely.
me.
No, I
but
would.
who wants to look at that?
It's like when you get a tooth pulled, your tongue goes right to the
Yeah.
spot, your eyes
You
go
can't
right
help.
to the part of the tree. Mm-hmm. But she went out and bought a bunch of sets of lights that we'll just put up in
I'm
sections.
interested to know how that works because they're not always the same color white.
Okay, but we'll figure it out. It's just Kath and I, right? It's just Kath and I, and
It's
I'm
your
happy
Christmas
with
tree,
it.
though.
Yeah,
If you're happy with it, that's great.
I think so. We'll find out in 11 months.
Yes, you will.
10 and a half
I'm
months.
surprised you didn't try them before you put them away.
No, it sounds like a lot of work. No way. Way too much work.
Are
Didn't
we
want
kind of
anything
at
to do
that
with
point?
that.
That's why my stuff is still up.
True,
Because I worked
true.
so hard before Christmas. It's
put
kind of
them
like,
up? Yeah.
I don't want to do anything now.
Yeah.
And January's kind of that
And you have
month.
to put it away well, otherwise you arrive
Yeah.
in November and you say, "Oh, who left this like this?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, I did."
I did.
Yeah.
I just threw it in the box. We will put it away well because our tree is new. And after throwing out or removing what was there, we're taking damn good care of this
Yeah,
one in the
yeah.
box it came in. It was
Well,
getting pretty bad.
our tree goes into what they call a tree bag. Do you have one of those?
No, we
It
have a
looks
box.
like a huge hockey bag.
Okay.
But as I'm dragging it into the crawl space, it looks like I'm hiding a body.
Well, because
That's
it would
what
be
it
that
looks
big,
like.
yeah.
And that heavy. Stand it up in the corner and put everything around it. And all right, there it is. And it's like, and I'll see you in 10 and a half months. And you think
And
it'll
do you
never come back.
When you're taking down your decorations, do you take everything down? Because as I'm finding, and this drives my husband crazy, I have Christmas decorations, but I also have winter decorations. So the winter decorations I tend to leave up longer. The Christmas
Yeah.
decorations I will take down today. I'm doing it today. Today I'm doing it.
I think Kath did it all at the same time.
Yeah.
I think most of it. I know what you mean. Like they're separate.
Like I have stuff with just snowmen and snowflakes and
Yep, that you can
not
leave up.
necessarily Christmas, but just wintry.
We have a few dining room
Decor.
decorations like that, but I think she took it all down. The wreath is the last to come down because she loves the wreath on the front door.
Yeah, the wreath
She
will stay up until
loves it.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. It's a Christmas tree. It's a red and green wreath.
So is
with-
ours.
Yeah, so she can keep that up. I mean, if she were to say, I'm going to keep it up, like I'm going to say no. So she'll do what she wants with it. But I think that's the last to come down is the wreath.
All right. Well, I'm going to make the best effort to do it today. You gave me the West Wing stuff, so I'm going to watch that. I'll have that
Got
in the
West Wing
background,
first,
and I'll take down my
first
tree.
5 seasons. Yeah, so that's what's going on. New Year's resolutions, everybody. We talked about that this morning a little bit. The ridiculous one about the ones to make based on your astrological sign. When you think about it, that's kind of dumb because astrological sign is everybody born in a 4-week period, right?
Yep.
So everybody in a 4-week period has to volunteer more. Nobody else.
No, but
Leos.
like our What Makes You Sexy list last week, I think it's in degrees. So maybe that particular group isn't volunteering maybe as much as they'd like or haven't been lately. So yeah, maybe
they should.
Maybe you should. It's the same as, what was it, to be more social. The last 2 years, I'd say most of us have kind of backed off on our
Right.
social. But Aries, maybe you've done a little bit more. And now's the time for you to get back out there.
Aries, where have you been?
Exactly.
Where have you been?
Mine is letting my guard down. And I joked on air, I know my guard's up all the time.
Is it?
All the time.
Really?
I don't know if
I
all
don't get that
Scorpios are like that.
I don't get that impression.
My guard is up all the time.
Oh,
All the time.
maybe I don't know what
And
your
I need
guard
to let
is.
it down.
Maybe that's why.
Because when I read that, I'm like, fat chance of that happening.
A, him. B,
I have to be on guard around Mark all the time. So no, the guard is not coming down.
and
That
what
ain't
was mine
happening.
again? Oh, yeah, find my style.
Find your style.
60-year-old
But
guy.
I was thinking, and you've talked about this, and if you've listened, we've talked about it a bit, I guess, about a little bit on the podcast and on air about you writing. Style, I think, yes, you automatically go to your appearance, but
Yeah.
that could be your style with anything. Could be your writing style.
True.
Could be
Yeah, way I handle people.
exactly style can incorporate a lot of things. So maybe you Pisces sitting across from me, it's your writing style. Another Pisces down the road, maybe it is their clothes. Maybe it's something else. So it's a guiding. It's a guidance. It's a guide into what you should be focusing on this year.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that doesn't help.
No, I say, hey, what do I?
There is also a psychic and holistic fair coming up later this month. If anybody's, you can find out more.
Why did I know that?
Because it's at a local church, maybe?
No, I think I just knew that intuitively. Intuitively. And then 95.5 Hits FM. We got our playoff football pool on our website, 95.5hitsfm.ca.
Talking about knowing things.
M&M Food Market and the Brick in Belleville. We've got food and a big screen TV for whoever gets the right answer. So,
and I love the fact that Cole sent us an email suggesting that we might want to take part as well and have a little bit of fun with it. I laughed out loud at this email. Sometimes Cole can be so cute with his jokey little emails, as if we wouldn't be putting our own, as if. Come on. Of course we're going to do it. Mark and I, something we can compete over.
You're going to have a wager like March Madness, because that's coming up in a couple of months.
See, this just gets us warmed up for March Madness, really. But yeah, so we've put our picks in. We're asking listeners to put their picks in. I haven't been following football at all, so just the little tidbits you were giving
that works out so much better.
No, it doesn't, because I was going to take Seattle, and then you swayed me over to San Francisco.
Seattle over San Francisco?
Yeah.
We'll
see how that works. As though I talk as though I know anything about football. I know nothing about football, so we'll see.
We're into the all-important part. Buffalo is the second seed in the AFC, and it's the coolest thing because of the game with Damar Hamlin that did not get rescheduled because of Cincinnati.
Yeah, you were saying this.
It, quote-unquote, cost Buffalo a shot at the number one seed, which is home field advantage throughout. So what's to be done then, Kansas City, who was granted home field advantage throughout in the first round bye, what's to become of Buffalo if they have to go to Kansas City? That's not fair. Not fair. Whatever.
It's not fair.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
They've decided, and I think this is brilliant, not just brilliant, but a sports league came up with this, then it's brilliant, because normally people think they do it dumb. But that game will be played in a neutral site. If Buffalo doesn't move on, and it's somebody else, then Kansas City runs. But if it turns out to be Buffalo and Kansas City, which has been impacted by the Damar Hamlin game, we're going to play that game at a neutral site. And everybody said, cool. And I think that's great.
That's the only reason why I picked Buffalo over
Miami?
Miami was Damar Hamlin.
Yeah. Run it. I think...
you had San Francisco in the final. I think the Bills will... I keep wanting to say Bulls. The Bills will be there as well.
Could very well be. I can't remember if I think I took Kansas City because I think Josh Allen threw a horrible interception to New England yesterday. And I just...
and I can't bet against Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I want to.
At your peril. I know, exactly.
I want to, but I can't.
He suffered his first losing season in the history of all time for him. He'd never had a losing season when he was a quarterback in high school, in college, with the Patriots. Up until this year, they finished 8-9, 8 wins, 9 losses. First time ever he suffered a losing season.
Want to know why?
Tom Brady. Why? Because of his wife. His wife left him.
Gisele's
is that what it
there.
is? Gisele isn't there.
That's totally it. Give me another reason why. I know he's 45, but something else.
Well, just the fact that she browbeat him into retiring, and
which he should have done, clearly.
Clearly.
He should have done it.
And then, he was not himself. But now that she's gone, he will rise again in the playoffs.
This is him.
I don't know.
This is, okay,
and now
Tom Brady.
He'll get it back.
Although I did read something as awful as the season as he's had. And he has. It hasn't been good. Jane Fonda. There's the new movie. What's it called?
80 for Brady.
80 for Brady. And she got to meet him. They're doing all the press and everything for this movie, which is about these women who travel to see Tom Brady.
Who are over 80 years old to go
who are Tom Brady fans, and they go and watch him. This was before he went to Miami. It's based on a true story. Jane Fonda.
Tampa Bay, not Miami.
Sorry, Tampa Bay, Florida. Before he went to Florida.
So he was in New England in the movie?
Yes.
It's
when he's with the Patriots. So there's Jane Fonda, there's Lily Tomlin.
Rita Moreno,
and Sally Fields. They're the 4 women. So you know it's going to be a good movie.
It's going to be great.
But in the press tour, she's talking about when she got to meet Tom Brady. And she said, quite honestly, truly, he made my knees weak. She goes, she totally fangirled.
This is Jane Fonda.
This is Jane Fonda. Yeah. who could
Few
be
bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Who could easily be his grandmother. She fawned over him. She said it was totally a fangirl moment. And yeah, he made my knees weak.
Wow.
I'm like, really, Tom? I've never seen the appeal, honestly. He can play
Jane
football.
Fonda.
But Jane Fonda, who like her track record with men and her career and all the things she's done.
She walks into a restaurant, everybody stops.
Honestly, still an incredibly attractive woman.
Yeah.
Like just amazingly fit and beautiful and has everything and anything she could ever want. Tom Brady made her knees weak.
Yeah. Well,
So I thought that was kind of fun.
bet against Metro Apparel. 955hitsfm.ca, the website. Go to it. Get the entries in. You got to get it in by Saturday because it's the entire run. You go right up to the championship games. It's not, you don't have to go into it every week. We've done that one before where you have to get it. And then some people go away on vacation, they forget, and that wasn't good. So.
And we will be able to see our there will be stats, right?
There'll be a scoreboard there. We'll see who's got what. And punch in names, and we'll find out. Yeah, you and I gonna have a little wager.
I assumed we would because, quite honestly, as excited as I am for everybody who enters, it's you and I am going to be watching.
Here we are.
Who's ahead of who? Of course, we got to have a wager.
Okay.
2017 was Brady with
New England.
Okay, so it was New England. Sorry, I had to double check that. You had me thinking. No, I'm sure it was yes. Anyway, of course, we're going to have a wager going.
Okay, good.
What do you want to wager?
I don't know. We'll work it out, but socks will probably show up in it somewhere.
Oh, we're going that far. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's always
thinking
socks.
A coffee or a donut.
Oh, yeah.
But socks.
But
all right.
socks. Pair of socks and, I'll bring you a coffee anyway.
Because I think there's only one game you and I didn't pick the same.
That's correct. The Jacksonville
That's going to be the game.
For this weekend. Just this weekend and then beyond. So
is it the first game? No.
There are 6 games this weekend, but then you
I thought it was going to be spread over. I am totally lost.
No, see, if you beat me now and you don't even understand the process.
I thought it was over the course of the next couple of weeks, all those games. I didn't
all
know
those games
are this weekend.
There are 6 this weekend and a bunch, and then as teams get eliminated, but you've made your picks all the way through, right? So, as you have to.
I have.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
So good luck with that, everybody. Get in there and please, for goodness sakes, beat charity, okay? Yeah.
Thanks.
So that I get some socks. I just don't have enough socks.
You're not going to get socks anyway. Relax.
Please get some socks.
Relax.
And what else going on this week? So I think that's it this week. Kids are back in school. Bus drivers, thanks for all you're doing.
Glad to see them out on the road today, that there were no canceled buses.
That's right. Everybody's there. Weather looks good. Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts, here we go. New Year's resolution, spend more time with us in the morning show. We're closing in on episode number 300.
It's going to happen this week. Did you do one Friday?
Did not. And I won't do one probably Wednesday, Thursday when you're gone.
Oh, so it might be next week.
We may not do it till February.
I will do a recount and we'll see. That will be a big show. We got to plan something big for that show too.
Big show. On the show coming up, we're going to be talking to Gowan tomorrow. He's going to be at the Empire Theater shortly.
Yep.
And Angela will be on the show. It's Alzheimer Awareness Month. We got this going on this week. So there's a lot happening.
Lots going on.
Lots going on. Thanks for spending some time with us. We'll talk to you tomorrow on 95.5 Hits FM.